Okay, everyone. Is the connection good? Let's actually see. I don't see anything yet, but I'm actually see. Okay, yep, connection is good. So anyway, my this is my first live stream in like literally months now, but yeah. No, I can actually see. I'm actually no. As you can actually see, this is like my second time I showed my face in a live stream, but also you can see here I'm actually my voice is a lot more silent. It's because I'm currently in a different location. I'm not in my house. I'm in my sister's house, so I live a bit far away. That's why I that's why I don't really. That's the reason why I don't necessarily how should I say this? Sorry, excuse me if I lost for words, but it's my first live stream in months, and honestly, it's like the second time I've shown my face in live stream. I think the first time wasn't that Mac live stream, but that's besides the point. Anyway, here I am at my sister's house. Yes, it's not my own house, unfortunately. Not my parents' house, or not nothing like that. So you actually see him here. I'm in a completely different room. It actually looks a lot better than my room, to be honest. My living room actually looks a lot better than my living room. I'm actually in my sister's bedroom. Currently, not sure where the rest of my family went, but whatever. We have this. So, is the live working? Looks like we see. Okay, so we have about um, not sure if my graphics card is handling everything. I mean, certain I've noticed recently that my graphics card is not handling everything correctly with my laptop. Nothing. I don't think it's a big issue, mostly for most part, but it is a bit of an issue, honestly. So, excuse me, you actually can't see us. So anyway, I'm just going to show you something. Right, this is the window I have. This is for Firefox. Right, got the higher lower game right here. Anyway, so this is what I'm gonna show you. This is currently how it looks like, and let me just go over to a window. I'm gonna go to open some windows over here and just I mean, actually, here I'm quite soft-spoken, honestly, now because well, first of all, I'm not in my own house, so I need to be soft-spoken, honestly. And second of all, you know, um, um, and second of all, I also don't really have the usual. And second of all, because I am at my sister's house, I don't have the usual gear. For example, I don't have my microphone. I don't have my visual microphone. I don't have my trust microphone. I do have my camera, but that's about it, honestly. Anyway, so this is everything I actually have. So without further ado, let's go into live stream. Yeah, I actually showed you for a brief on my window. So that's what happens. So I'm going to show you some like used photo gear, or I guess like cinema cameras, I guess, because that's what I should probably start with, right? Cinema cameras, right? Of course, showing, of course, searching up cinema camera doesn't really yield any big results, mind you, but it does, yield some results, right? Now, searching cinema camera doesn't really yield many big results, honestly. In fact, the first result isn't really a cinema camera. In fact, let me show you what the actual result is. So, first result is a Canon X660, which is basically like a prosumer, like a professional camcorder. Then a Sony ZV-10, which I guess could be you could consider cinema. Cinema EOS R50V. Got some next we got some cable cam, which I'm not sure what exactly a cable cam actually is. It's maybe some sort of like accessory to a like a camera. Yeah, it's like a rig thing magic right here. Actually, a lot of those cable cam rigs, honestly, they cost a lot. Next up, we got the Sony A6100, which is not, I wouldn't necessarily consider it a camera, but honestly, it's worse than even In fact, honestly, it's worse than even the ZV-10, to be honest, which is basically a Sony A6400 without a viewfinder. Anyway, back onto the topic of cinema cameras, which yeah, I'm using. Actually, yes. Now, of course, I guess I'm kind of lying here. I mean, I say use photo gear. However, I searched up cinema camera, which is not exactly photographs, more video gear, right? But that's beside the point. Uh, anyway, so we have the. So next camera we have is the Blackmagic Design. I think this is the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K because this is MFT, so it's probably the Pocket 4K. The Pocket 4K isn't necessarily like a super camera, right? But it is a very good camera, right? It is a camera, right? It's also a pretty good camera, generally speaking, but that's beside really the point, per se. It's kind of beside the point, honestly. Simple. Okay, so I'm just do a change over here, show you my webcam over here, just to kind of see how good it actually is. And here we go. If you see my camera over here, you see my gear over here. I did actually recently upgrade my camera gear. I'm not sure if I can show you. I no longer have an old Lumix camera. I did actually bring my new camera with me. It is a Canon EOS R10, but it's not necessarily it's not. I do have an EOS R10 now instead of a G7, which is honestly a big upgrade over my old camera, which is only G7, right? But whatever. Can't really do much now, can I? Especially now since I don't really have a lot of Now, of course, I don't really have much to show you, but I do have a camera, EOS R10, plus a few things like first of all, I have my laptop with me, which is honestly a pretty rare thing to actually have in my habitat of my sister's house, right? But honestly, I do have my own camera with me. Now, currently I'm using my laptop webcam, which is honestly good enough because honestly we have pretty good lighting conditions over here, so it's not anything to worry about too much, but it is, a bit I wouldn't say concerning, but I mean, it's a bit concerning. I'm not using my Canon's. I actually could theoretically use my Canon as a webcam, but I decided not to because, first of all, my Canon, it's the battery is a little bit low, and second of all, honestly, I really don't want to relegate my Canon to a webcam purpose. I really want to use it for some more professional stuff like short films, music videos, and whatnot. Yeah, I'm planning to do a music video soon. Honestly, so that's what I'm gonna do, right? Anyway, back onto the topic of cameras, right? So this is my, so you can see we got the Blackmagic 4K. We also got the Blackmagic Pixel 6K, which is honestly, I think that's like an actual cinema camera, but also doesn't cost that much. Only costs like $2,000-ish, I guess. That's pretty good. Actually, how much is the this? How much actually is this dollar value? How much actually is the dollar value of the Pixel 6K converted to dollars? Let me actually see once and for all. Yeah, it's roughly $2,000, around 2,100. Actually, oh, I guess it's actually closer to $2,100. So it's not too bad, I guess. So I mean, I guess it's out of my budget, but I mean, I guess it's a little bit out of my budget, but it's nothing too bad, right? It's nothing too bad, right? I guess, right? Got the camera right. Also got this AliExpress camera, which is basically what I would call a scam camera. Next we got a Sony A7 III, which is, I think, maybe a good camera. Well, maybe except it's 2070. That's not too good. So I got a Zcam, which is not being actual camera. FX30, another pro camcorder. They've got a Blackmagic Ursa, like a broadcast Ursa. Next we got a G7, then the FX30 again, then this Temu camcorder, which I'm not buying for sure. because I already have a Canon. And honestly, even my G7, my Lumix could do better than video than all those Temu camcorders. Like, I'm pretty sure even my phone can do better video than that. Um, so, so I'm not exactly going to use this kind of camcorder because, I mean, the video is not gonna be good, right? For sure. Anyway, so we also got the Sony FX6, which is, yeah. Actually, wait, I was sorry. We got a number of Pixis. We got a Sony ZV-10 II. Yep, we got a ZV-10 II. We got a Z.
Pamiętasz? Ja właśnie o czymś przypomnieć.
Okay, I'm back after a short while. My sister, sorry, but my sister and parents just barged in and honestly decided to, you had to, you promised something like a camera, and honestly, and honestly, we actually do have a camera, somewhere, but it was like an old Samsung my sister had, but that's beside the point. I think I have to kind of go to the back soon catalog again, I think, because, okay. Okay, so here I am back with this. Alright, so here I am back again. Once again, my sister abortion to just check on something, right? So, honestly, I was gonna see a lot of us back soon. You're gonna see a lot of us back soon. Thing my jicker, because honestly, oh, I think again. Sorry, excuse me. I actually see a lot of us, but this is my sister's bedroom, honestly, and I like shouldn't be there, but honestly, because of because that was like a festival, like a photography festival. In fact, let me just show you my can real quickly. This is my Canon over here. This is my Canon over here. Let me just show you this. Let me just show you this camera really quickly. This is my Canon R10. This is my Canon R10. Let me actually see if I can show you this. This is a Canon EOS. Oh, can I show you this actually real quickly? Oh, I have to shine a light or something like that. It's a damn. Oh, you can actually see right there real quickly the model number, which is the Canon EOS R10 with a Sigma 18 to 50 millimeter f2.8 DCDN lens. In fact, let me just show you how quickly how the camera looks like. We have let me just snap a shot of the live stream really quickly, or I guess let me turn the glass on. Oh, it's manual focus. Oh, okay, I actually forgot. I actually forgot actually that it's the manual focus. Whoops. Wait, do you have this the movie mode? I do. Let me just turn this really quickly to aperture priority quickly and just show you this. Okay, got the shot. Let me just show you really quickly. This is how the cam looks like. Yep, it's a pretty nice camera, generally speaking. And video's also pretty nice because you can also shoot 10-bit on this camera, which is very nice. But that's beside the point. I guess not really beside the point because actually I love this Canon. Honestly, I love this Canon. Love it. Love the Canon. Honestly. Anyway, back onto the topic of what else we got. We're just going to bring this camera somewhere over here. So anyway, back on the topic of this Canon R10, or I guess cinema cameras in general, which the Canon R10 probably isn't, but it is better on G7 than many metrics, honestly, especially in like stills and even sort of video, to be honest, because I can actually shoot 4K 60. Oh, and also the Canon R10 can actually shoot 10:4:2 using the HRPQ mode, which is pretty nice. So anyway, back on topic of cinema camera. Let me just go to the category. I've got the image checker. So we got what do we have? We have this one Zcam. We got the Canon C500, which is we got the first Canon over here. It's a C500. Then another Pixis. This one L mount instead of the F. Sony FX6. Another. This time apparently from KNF Concept apparently, which is a bit weird because ain't no way KNF Concept is selling this. Oh no, ain't no way. KNF Concept selling these Temu camcorders. Oh no, KNF Concept. And I mean KNF Concept. I mean they make like adapters, right? They're mainly well known. I mean KNF Concept are like mainly well known for like making like adapters, like lens adapters and uh, filters, that sort of stuff, right? And I think they must be pretty good at it too, because it's a adapter. It has adapters and filters all that hard to make, right? So, but even making cameras like this, so it's like cameras like. By the way, we got this one EF to EOS solar adapter. Not sure how good it is because I've never had this EF adapter. In fact, this Sigma lens is my only one currently because currently my Sigma 18 to 50 millimeter f2.8 DCDN is my only lens on the Canon R10. I kind of wish I actually could get like a prime lens for this, and just kind of just have like a nice bokeh-licious image, right? Although to be frank, I can actually, to be fair, I actually can do bokeh-licious stuff even with the stupid 8 lens. Although I have to kind of have to crank this up to like 50 millimeters because the hyperfocal distance at like wider lengths isn't all that good, right? So anyway, let's go back to the camera. Cinema cameras. Talk of cinema cameras. We got the another FX6. We got another. This is actually a camcorder. Looks like. Then an FX30. Then a Blackmagic Pixis again. With another EF mount. Then an FX9, which costs almost as much as an Arri Alexa. I'm not gonna lie. How much does an Arri Alexa cost? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No. No, I'm not doing this. Or Alexa 35. Okay, okay. I guess it doesn't cost as much as an Arri Alexa. It actually costs a few times less than Arri Alexa, but still pretty comparable price. Not gonna lie. FX9 and internal IDs and stuff like that. Let's see, that's kind of what I want, right? But wait a minute. I'm just gonna go compare with my back soon catalog, my back soon scene, blah 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 blah. Just in case anything bad happens, right? So you know that's our stuff, right? Anyways, I got the PM. Next we got a Blackmagic Design micro cinema camera. Got another Blackmagic Design. I currently have DaVinci Resolve installed, but the free version because I really don't want to deal with the paid version of DaVinci right now. I mean, I actually only installed it because honestly I have to deal with the 10-bit footage, which I'm not sure Kdenlive can actually handle. Kdenlive is my editor, my main editor, Kdenlive. You know, I actually have to figure yourself just to kind of color grade just to kind of have a try at color grading the 10-bit HRPQ footage I have. You know, I'm pretty sure maybe the HRPQ footage doesn't actually require color grading because you know the camera turn does not shoot in the log profile, doesn't shoot C log or anything like that. So you know, there's that. So anyway, what else we got? Got a Blackmagic Cinema Camera 6K, which I'm not sure how much that costs. Probably a lot because whatever. Let's look at a Pixis. We got a kind of Ligria, another camcorder, pro camcorder ish. A Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K. Wait, that's a Tolman? Tolman like that music website? Wait, Tolman. Tolman by the way is like a, I think Tolman's like a website where like actually like instruments like synthesizers and like guitars and whatnot. That's you can buy those at Toman, but mainly like music gear, right? So to see Toman also selling photography gear or like video gear like this Blackmagic, well, that's definitely surprising for that matter. Definitely surprising for that matter. Uh, that's definitely surprising, right? Toman, Doppler. So we see what we actually have. Right, got this camera, which is just stands for camera, right? Yep, it's about $1,000. No, not zloty. That's roughly how much it costs, right? Right. Right. That's how much it costs, right? But anyway, that's supposed to have a. Well, I guess I don't know really. FX6. We got an Ursa Mini, which is surprisingly a lot for an Ursa Mini. Next we got an Ursa Cine, which ain't no way that costs that much, unless that's for rent. Ain't no way that costs them that not that much. Unless that is actually a camera that is for rent. Maybe this is actually a camera for rent because there's absolutely no way an Ursus Cine costs so few money. Uh yeah. This is for rent. This is basically the price to rent the camera. Uh yep. Honestly, renting a camera it may not be too bad honestly, but I'm not that in the professional scene to kind of get a good camera, right? And plus, renting has limitations, right? So, plus I'm also young and I mean still in high school and whatnot. So, I mean, unless I go to like college, which I'm not sure I'm gonna go to film school because Poland doesn't have many film schools, honestly. Like, I could go to Łódź, but it's not very like but like, I could go with Precious Woods, but honestly, the Precious Woods and honestly, the Lords of the Woods Film School, yeah, you need to have a lot of like cred and whatnot. Honestly, a lot of like connections, I guess, even for that matter, because I mean, so no, it's kind of really good. It was kind of also film school not to require because I don't think like Stanley Kubrick went to film school. I don't think Stanley Kubrick went to film school, right? He watched movies for sure, but he didn't go to film school, right? I don't think Stanley Kubrick went to. Right, right? Anyway, lock, magic, design, micro cinema camera, miniature, blah 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 blah. Okay, we good. Also, black magic cameras actually for that matter. Anyway, I don't think I'm gonna rank about them because honestly, most of them are actually cinema cameras and not really like those Timo camcorders, honestly. I mean, I guess I mean, actually, see, there are a couple of Steam cameras on, so like especially on the can concept website, but that's the point. Anyway, I guess I'm gonna end this right now because honestly, I don't know how else to share this honestly, because I already have a camera. I don't need to upgrade right now. I don't think I really need to upgrade right now because I mean, my Canon already does pretty well honestly. I'm gonna just bring my Canon back again. My Canon feels pretty well otherwise, so nothing really all that bad per se with this Canon, right? So this is an EOS R10. Oh, this is my EOS R10. So see, EOS R10. I don't really think I actually need to do anything like this, so uh, I don't really think I actually need to do anything like this. Of course, I think I need to upgrade my battery soon because the disadvantage of this Canon is that because the disadvantage of this Canon is that it has a very small batteries. This is the Canon LPE17 batteries, which are quite tiny. You can only get like almost like an hour, almost only like a few hours out of this camera, right? Maybe like 2 hours out of this camera, and like use and whatnot. But I can only get much use out of this camera. I mean, battery life is quite short on this, which is because of a small battery. This Canon has because it uses the LPE17 batteries, which honestly, even like the R7, that has the LPE6 battery, which I think like the R5 has maybe. But anyway, time to end this live stream because why not? So anyway, I'm Pablo and I say goodbye to all of you. Have a good day, everybody. I guess.